Hello and welcome to lesson 3.5. In this lesson, we are going to create a PRD, which I mentioned in the last lesson. What is a PRD? A PRD is a product requirement document. Product requirement document. PRD is basically an industry term. Whenever a new company wants to create a new app, or a company wants to create an app and wants to give it to another company or a third party, they create a product requirement document. Now, what are the components of a product requirement document and why should you create one? Well, first of all, you're now in the industry. You are now an app developer. So you should know what it is. Someone can ask you about it. You might be working with other people in the future and they might ask you about it. So you should know what a product requirement document is. But other than that, a product requirement document really narrows down your tasks. And that is really one of the problems working with AI. You have so many tasks that sometimes you forget what you're supposed to do. So when you create your app in the beginning, I recommend you must create a product requirement document. So, what are the components of it? Let's ask AI. Product requirement documents, components, or template. Please show. So we now see what a product requirement document has. It has document control, summary, goals, context, scope, and requirements. User flows, journey, design, success metrics, dependencies, timeline, milestone. A PRD basically is a very vague document. A PRD is a very vague document. Sometimes it can have different things, other times it can have nothing at all. For example, timeline or milestones. If you're developing an app for yourself, you do not need this. If you're developing it for a bigger company or you have a freelance task, then you should definitely add it. In fact, we can ask GPT if that is all what is in a PRD. See, a PRD does not have to follow a rigid template. These are the common ones that they gave us. So, I would like to tell you about some of the most common components that you should always create. So, we can ask it, in my PRD, you should have overview, target users, core features, user stories, flow, MVP, MVP scope, goals, tech stack, and milestones. So this way, you can create a real PRD and then work on it. Now let's say this is a template. We can also ask AI to fill it for us. Let's set it complete. So I have written this prompt and now I'm asking the AI to fill this template with what I want. And I have already given it some data that I came up with before. Everything happens on the user's phone, so no backend communication. And I'm asking it to keep things simple and minimal. And also, features should be minimal as well. So let's see what it does. So it called it focus track. Um, okay with me. So Now that you have a PRD, you can also ask it, would you like this exported as a markdown or PDF? Yes, you can ask it for a PDF. Yes, make a PDF. And GPT will create a PDF for you. So after some time, we saw that it created a PRD for us. And we have also hit our GPT free plan limit. But that's okay because creating a PRD is not very intensive work. But what I want to show you next is that you do not really need to accept everything that GPT gives you. You can work with it, you can refine it. For example, what I don't want is students. This is not an app for students. So I can ask it, remove students from target users. This is just an example. You should do this on your own. And you should really identify the target users for your own apps. But let's say I remove target users. Create goals, progress tracker, local storage, reminders. Remove reminders as well. I do not need reminders. The user stories are fine. The flow is okay. MVB scope is well. I will be using shared prefs. For shared preferences, no SQLite. Simple progress is okay. Goals, build MVP in 3 to 4 weeks. Achieve retention, that is great. Remove feedback from goals. You can also ask it to add some ideas that it had. You can also add it to add some ideas if you have. For example, I want to add an emoji for each goal. Make it a feature. So now here is the updated PRD. We have hit the limit, so it cannot create a PDF. It's okay. Just give me the new PRD right here. We don't need a PDF. So here is our brand new PRD. Now, what you can do with this PRD is you can print it, you can save it, you can refine it, but now you have a clear set of goals. Something that is industry standard and you want to build. You can exchange it, you can send it to other people. But this PRD really, really helps you when you're building an app with AI. And a golden rule is to always, always remove features in the beginning. No matter how many features you have. In the beginning, when you start to build apps, you have hundreds of features in your mind that you want to add in your app. Remember, always, always narrow it down to 3 or 4 main features and start working on them. My tip for you. And in the next module, we start working on creating the user interface. Now, that is going to be very exciting. So, see you in the next module, guys, and goodbye.